Hey everybody, this is Kenny Cummins here of Chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVcafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. My first guest of the evening is coming to you from New Orleans. She is an incredible recording artist, singer, songwriter. Her latest EP is called, and yes, this is the EP title,
Yeah,
Heartbreak Makes Me Horny. Yes, that is the title of her latest EP. It is
it's just a
available and it's available on all streaming platforms right now. I'm joined with Athena with me right now. How's it going?
it's going great. I'm excited to speak with you today. And yes, it's a fact, man. It's a fact.
Yes.
And it resonates. It does.
So this is gonna be quite the conversation that we're about to have. Um, but nonetheless, I'm very happy to have you on the show this evening on this holiday season and everything. So, you've had quite a 2023 with the shows you've been doing, with the music you've been putting out. So, let's just get right to it. The name of the EP, Heartbreak Makes Me Horny. So, talk about the whole process of recording this EP and what made you name this EP that exact title.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I just wanted to make an impact. I wanted people to be like, what is this? Who is this? Why is she doing this? Like, I have to listen to the music now to see what's going on. That's kind of the that was kind of the want from in that perspective. There's a man in New Orleans who no one knows who he is. He goes around town and he tags graffiti tags just heartbreak, and then heartbreak makes me horny and stuff like that. And I was like, I love that idea. I think it resonates. It truly does. And I wanted to emulate that. New Orleans has a very special place in my heart. I went to university in New Orleans. I went to Loyola, and I lived there for like 7 years. I live in Nashville. I moved here a couple of years ago, but New Orleans is like always going to be where my heart is, you know. So that's where that came from, and my whole brand is very like sensual, like seductive, thick girl, like that's the vibe. And so I thought that that would just be a great way to grab people's attention. And the songs on the album are so different from each other. I mean, Sugar Mama, I wrote after I bought I bought this leather jacket, like this really beautiful big leather jacket with fur, and I was like, man, I feel like a sugar mama in this jacket. So I was like, when I die, bury me in this jacket so God knows I'm worth a lot. Like I just said that out loud, and I was like, oh my God, I'm making a song. I have to sit down and I have to write a song now from that, because that's so insane. And I love that. I love how weird it is and how people are going to be like, that's not right. Yeah, I just, you know what I mean? I want to make people feel something, even if it's like, what is happening? Um, but the song that did really well, I think we're sitting at like 160,000 views on YouTube on the music video, was Johnny. And Johnny's all about, I mean, it's classic like Bonnie Clyde, like I love the bad boy type thing. Like he's not good for me. Oh no, but I still love him, you know? So each song is about love, sex, whatever. And it all kind of ties together in that way. So yeah.
So I did listen to the record. I've actually been listening to your music for the last, I say, year or two. Before,
Really?
yes, I have. I mean, we got mutual friends, especially those on the Nashville indie music scene. So that's how I heard of you. And
Awesome.
you definitely got the New Orleans vibes for sure.
Yeah.
I'm very fond of New Orleans music, the jazz
Yeah.
music, just that music scene in general is, if you ever, I've been to New Orleans. with my family. This was like just years after Hurricane Katrina.
Mm.
And then I got to hear the music downtown, and just the music is just like it's different from
It is.
other cities.
Yeah.
You ever go to New Orleans, if you want to feel that vibe, you want to feel the Mardi Gras vibe, if you want to hear, the jazz, the versatile music scene that's out there, go to New Orleans, of course. I live, I'm originally from Mississippi. It's close to Louisiana. Moved to Ohio, lived in Kentucky. Of course, I'm a Saints fan. I'm just gonna put it out there. I
As you
know,
should be.
I know we've been up and down, but we're still in the playoff hunt. So I'm just hanging on to what's left in these last 4 games. I just need Derek Carr to get it together these last 4 games.
I know
But
for real. So
yeah,
agree.
so I liked them at first, but then we're going through this roller coaster with him, and I get it. He's nobody is Drew Brees. Nobody can be that guy. But I'm
I
just asking at
we miss Drew.
least. I'm just asking at least in a winnable division, get us back to the playoffs. That's all I'm asking, and then what happened after that.
I know,
But
seriously. That's so
yeah,
funny.
so anyway, so I've enjoyed your music, and it's just fascinating.
Thank you.
And when I heard this record, I'm a curious person. I ain't gonna front. I just wanted to listen to it, see
Yeah.
how she's
See?
feeling,
It's
and
working.
uh, and yes, I mean, I tied a record like that is gonna get your attention. It's gonna get anyone's attention.
Yeah.
But hey, at the end of the day, I ended up liking the EP. So,
Thank
bravo to you. This EP came out this past April.
you. Mm.
So
I'm
go
a,
check it out. And so now that you got my reaction from it, I'm pretty sure you had the same reaction from peers and fans from this record. What was the reaction you got from fans and peers when this album came out this past April?
it was funny. I mean, it was like, of course, Athena, like, of course, you're gonna release an EP and you're gonna throw something in there to make people a little uncomfortable, and it's all for the like the viral moment of it, the possibility of virality, I guess, from it, if that's even a word. You know what I mean, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I just wanted that attention. I wanted people to see it and be like, I gotta see what's going on, just like what you did. And I remember I had to like, so my parents are pretty cool. They're very like supportive and but I sat down with my dad and I was like, Dad, I'm releasing an EP. And he's, oh, Athena, I'm so excited for you. That's amazing. I'm so excited. I'm like, so the name of it. It's and I told him the name of it. And he goes, why? He just why? I'm like, Dad, you have to realize it's gonna make people have a question mark and they're gonna want to go listen to it and then they're gonna realize, yeah, it's like a crazy name, but the music's good. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I love the music that's on the album. I'm very proud of everything that is on the EP. And though I feel like I'm going in a semi different direction now, we're going in a more like pop R&B route. Um, I I'm really happy with how it all came together. But it was very much so like my friends loved it. They were like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. I love it. It's so cool." And of course it has a meaning behind it more than it just being like crazy. It's like it's New Orleans, man. I mean, New Orleans is always going to have my heart. It's a huge part of who I am today. It was made in New Orleans. I went to school there for music industry studies, so I could learn everything I could about the industry. Like, I had 6 internships when I was there. I worked music festivals, A&R. I did music management. I was like 18, managing these like 40-year-old guys in this band. And just, you know what I mean? Just like my heart and soul is there. And I had to put something in there, even if it was like ostentatious. So yes, I got crazy reactions. I still do. And I'm like, evil about it. I'm like, you want to see what I named my EP? Because I know people are going to be like, why? But that's exactly why, just to get a reaction, get people interested.
I want to say I love your dad's reaction. I think out of all the reactions, that may have been the one like,
Yeah.
ooh, yeah. And let me be very clear. I was not uncomfortable when I've listened to the EP.
Good.
I was not uncomfortable. I was like, let me just get an open mind
Yeah.
and let me listen.
Yeah.
And you are an incredible singer,
Thank you.
beautiful singer. And with New Orleans, they got talent there. They got they
Yeah.
got music, got passionate artists out there, and you
Yeah.
presented that with this record.
Thank that
So
means a lot. Thank you so much.
so Athena is the name of the artist, and Heartbreak Makes Me Horny is the name of the EP. It's available on all streaming platforms. Go check it out. Now, I see you got some influences that range from Lana Del Rey to Ella Fitzgerald. Now,
Yes.
let's talk about these two women in particular. Talk about what they mean to you as artists, what make them stands out for some other artists as far
Hmm.
as you looking up to them as artists and
Yeah.
and, and their crafts.
I mean, Ella Fitzgerald Ella Fitzgerald is, in my personal opinion, the best vocalist to ever have lived. She is my favorite vocalist, my favorite artist. I think she has the most insane control over her voice. One of my favorite songs, well, my favorite song of all time, like in general, is What Are You Doing New Year's Eve, Ella Fitzgerald's version, and also her Cry Me a River. And there's this part where she's singing, and it's just so effortless and beautiful. um, I have a huge love for blues. Blues is the root of everything for me. It's the root of all music, but blues, like my father raised me on blues. I was listening to Muddy Waters, all of the greats, and also listening to like Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin. But but blues was like it for me. It's what made me fall even deeper in love with music. And Ella Fitzgerald was just one of those people, and how clear and beautiful her voice is as an alto, and I'm an alto, and um, just the ease and like the butter. Like she talks, like when she's singing, it sounds like butter. And that's just what I always trained my voice from a very young age to try to be like. Like obviously I'm not gonna try to be like Ella Fitzgerald, but she heavily inspired me. She's my biggest inspiration. Lana Del Rey is just such a poet. The way that she puts her words together sometimes can be goofy, honestly, but I think she capitalizes on that in a very marketable way. But her music is beautiful and I love it. It's romantic. A lot of people have problems with kind of the direction that she takes her music in sometimes, but again, it's very marketable. I think she takes advantage of the situations, which she should. I work in music PR, so I look at things as market as much as like marketing as I can, but um, just huge influence. Those are the two biggest inspirations for me is Ella and Lana. Lana for just her aesthetic, how she's marketed herself, and her old style vintage voice, and then Ella just being Ella, everything about her. So yeah, I love both of them very much.
So of course I grew up listening to Ella through my dad.
Yeah.
He likes to play some music in his office. He likes to just while he's doing his work. And I've heard Meatloaf. I don't heard Elton John, I've heard Stevie Wonder, and I heard some Fitzgerald. Because
Hmm.
mind you, I was a little kid at the time.
Yeah.
And just like Betty, what you're listening to. And then as I got older, I started listening to them on my own, and now I understand some of these artists that stands out to him.
Yeah.
Um, Ella Fitzgerald, she's an icon
Yeah.
in her craft. So, and as for Lana Del Rey, I think it's fair to say that she definitely represents this generation as far
Mm.
as being the leading force in music per se.
I,
Um, she's not fancy. She's true to herself. She's very
mm.
authentic, unapologetic for sure, and she's made a name for herself. She's found success without being like all over the place. She just
Yeah.
stays in her lane and just let
Mm.
the music speak for herself. So I mean, she's one of one.
Yeah.
Lana Del Rey is. So
I
um,
agree.
I definitely can tell Athena got some Lana in her, got some Ella in her. Then she's making it her own per se. So
Thank you. Good.
anyone that walks with the blues is cool with me, and I do
Hell,
agree. Blues was definitely the roots of all music still to this very day. Like if you listen to majority of the music, there is some little sprinkle blues in there somewhere, man. So it doesn't even have to be a sample of an old song per se, but there's some blues resemblance in some
hmm.
of the things, because especially the vocal aspect of some of the artists, you can tell they got some blues in them, got some
Yeah,
soul in them for sure.
I
So
agree.
so with everything you have done this year, an incredible EP and the shows and everything else you've done, what's your plans for 2024? What's next for Athena going into the new year?
Whew. So many things. I have a lot of like behind the, of course, like behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on. I recently signed a sync contract with a local company in Nashville. So they're picking up all of my released music to start pitching to movies and TV. So hopefully a placement within the next 12 months would be great. I'm like, I just want Alley Catman to be in a 007 movie so bad. I think that would be amazing. It's a big, big manifestation energy right there. But that's happening. I have like 5 songs recorded right now, demos, but they're on their way. And I really want to try to release more music next year, more regularly. So I released the 4-song EP in April, and I'm like, I need to be releasing more music more often. So I'm kind of in a situation now where that is more viable. I have a team of producers that I'm working with in New Orleans, and I have my own little setup in my house. So I'm recording vocals, they're creating tracks. My manager kind of, was getting on top of them because they're young, like they're fresh out of like they went to the same university that I went to at Loyola, and one of my mentors literally told them to drop out of school because they have so many amazing things going for them in the music industry that they didn't really need to be in school for it. And I agree. I mean, it's different to go to school for a music industry degree. If stuff's happening, you need to pursue what's happening. So they're just creating beats and I'm sending them ideas and we're collaborating and just going to release as much as possible this upcoming year. Working on TikTok, working on socials, the sync thing, and shows. I'm trying to play as much as I can. I have 3 shows booked in April in New Orleans on the 12th, 13th, and 14th, 12th, 13th, and 15th. And then I'm working on some shows in Atlanta and shows in DC, Maryland, and Virginia and Nashville. So a lot is happening this next year. I'm very, very excited. I'm very grateful and very blessed.
That's awesome. And let me just say, with the manifestation that you speak of early, I do hope that your music does get picked up for a future TV show or movie. 007 would be nice, you know.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying. It would be
double O,
so cool.
yeah, one of those songs does have the feel for 007. Could be in the scene with James falling in love with a woman that might be up
Yeah,
to no good, but
that's
I
what I
mean,
say.
it fits. It
It
fits like a
does.
shoe. It fits like a shoe.
Put it out
Um,
for me. Put it out there for me.
yes. I'm definitely trying. Definitely trying.
Thank
So I definitely have enjoyed chatting with you. This is a how do I say this? So it's a safe space, a non-judgmental space. I definitely that's a better term, non-judgmental here. Um, I appreciate you bringing the New Orleans feel to Nashville. I'm accustomed to a lot of talented Nashville indie artists that has moved to Nashville to pursue this musical journey. And I'll definitely say you have a lot going for you this year, and
you.
you're definitely looking to keep the momentum going into the new year. So I suggest if you're not on the Athxna bandwagon before, you might want to get on that bandwagon right now.
Baby, we're
So
going.
yeah, get on that bandwagon now. And by the way, it is spelled Athxna. You can follow her on social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and she'll keep you posted on the new music and the upcoming shows that she mentioned. She's not letting up in 2024 at all. So till then, continue to listen to her latest EP. It's available on the streaming platforms right now. And I don't think you are ever going to have a more provocative title than Athxna. I've looked around and I still don't see it. So there's
I
not
gotta,
a more
I gotta cop it
it
myself.
may be one of the most provocative records you will ever hear in 2023. But
I'll take it.
th-
I'll take it.
thank you so much, Athxna, for your time. Thank you for taking time off your busy schedule. I'm wishing you many more success into the new year. And I do play music on this platform. So once your new music is out, definitely will be playing it for sure.
Please do. Thank you for everything. It was really nice to speak with you. I appreciate the interview.
Great chatting with you as well. You enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
All
Alrighty,
right,
bye, Ken.
bye bye.